Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. It is the 18th. It is 8:45 a.m., give or take. And I am about a quarter of the way into my first cup of coffee. So it's still a little rough for me, and I apologize for that. Anyway, we are starting our close up this morning with Belle and her kids, just like we have been. Hi, buddy. You can see we're starting to see some real evidence of eyes here. And the big news for today, look at those eyes. Look at that. Klaxon. Looking good, buddy. I do mean looking. The big news, obviously, is that we took these guys to the vet yesterday, as you know. And we had everybody sort of checked out real quick. And the vet agrees. Dr. Katz had a look and thinks they are all probably girls. There was one that she was a little unsure on. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Klaxon. But in the end, we decided that they are, in fact, all girl kitties, all girls. So the whole group is girls. And we're not planning, I know people are going to ask, we're not planning on changing any names. I think the names are just fine for boys or girls. And of course, if whoever adopts them disagrees, they're welcome to change the names at adoption time. But for now, we're sticking with what we got. I think Little Foggy is a good girl name. And I think Clax is a fine name. And I think this little one that's just flopping around, Beep. Beep is a good girl name too. Look at Beep. She's like, I can't figure this out. So it'll probably take me a little while to get the pronouns correct, but I'll keep working on it. Hey, Belle. Belle is such a sweetheart, too. I think, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that out of all of the kittens currently attending the Kitten Academy, it is Klaxon and Beep who are the only ones that are not yet adopted. Well, and Brooke, of course. Yes, Brooke. So I could be wrong about that. I haven't checked myself in a while, so I need to check. But yeah, that should be about it. So get those applications in. Beep, what are you doing, Beep? It's rough, isn't it? Getting out of bed in the morning, even when that bed is to the floor and your mom. I know how you feel, Beeper. You can see Beep's eyes are just starting to open. Probably in the next day or two, we'll see them open all the way. These are such cute girls. We got a real winner of a class here, I think. These guys are girls are going to be great. So yeah, for those of you coming in late, they are all girls, and it'll take us some time to get everything updated to reflect that fact. Although I did already go and update our blog post on our website, kitten.academy, because I have control over that one, so that was easy. I suppose I could update the YouTube video description too at some point. DJ's going to have to update the graphics, her cheat sheet, and also the announcement on our Discord server. Since you can't edit someone else's post, you can only delete it. So DJ made that post. She'll have to fix it. But not a big deal. You know, we're not in a hurry. It's fine. It's fine. These kids are being too cute. I know we have to weigh them. We've got a lot of other stuff to do this morning, but aren't they just being adorable? Such cute little girls. Everybody's taking turns waving their paws in the air. Good morning for kittens. Good morning for me to have some more of this coffee. All right. Simba's dad. Yes, actually, we have people that have adopted kittens from all across the United States. I don't know if we've got literally every state, but I believe we do have literally everywhere from California to Maine, I think, or very close to that anyway, for sure California and for sure New England. So, and all the way up and down the map too, from at least from Wisconsin to Texas. And we still haven't arranged for anybody to adopt from out of the country. And the reason for that is that sometimes the paperwork's complicated. We would do the paperwork, but also a lot of times if you want to take a cat from one country to another country, you have to put them in a mandated quarantine. And that's something that we're not going to do. So if there's a country that has a quarantine, I don't think that we're ever even going to consider it. But if there were a country that didn't have a quarantine, I think we would probably try to work it out. I don't know if Canada does, for instance, but I know we've had a lot of requests for Canada, and if we look into it and find out there's no quarantine and the paperwork's not too rough, I think we could probably arrange to start doing that soon. I haven't checked, but I have the impression that the Danbury Animal Welfare Society would be more open to that than places that we've worked with in the past. So I should look into that. I should find out. That would be fun to do our first true international adoption. Although, to be fair, they wouldn't be our first international kittens. There's a few that have gone now to Europe. I wish I could tell you exactly where, but it was a Stars class, and the mom of the textiles, I think, that went. And when I say Stars class, I mean Yu Chan, who adopted several Star and 3 of her kittens. Belgium, thank you, Mopi, thank you. I thought it was Belgium, but I didn't want to say it and be wrong. So yeah, how cool is that? Anyway, let's get some weights done this morning. And once again, I hope that you guys can remember to tell me after the close-up stream what the weights were. Velvet, thank you. I did think it was Velvet also, and you say the Netherlands, Brissa. I assume that's good. Yeah, very cool. I know we've got a lot of fans up in the Netherlands area. So cool that they're right near some of our kittens. All right, our little girl foghorn weighs 11.1. We're going to call it 11.1 today. How's your eye? Starting to get the other one open now too? You had one that was way ahead, didn't you? Oh, oh my. Well, you're just getting louder every day, aren't you? Aren't you? You take after your namesake. You are like a little foghorn. Like a giant foghorn. I hear it. Okay, Foggy. All right. And Beep. Beep, we're going to do you next. Come on over here. Let's see what you weigh today, kiddo. Our little girl Beep. The weight or the volume. Very nicely done, chocolate chip. Beep weighs 9.5 today. Good job, 9.5. And yes, hello to everybody that's chiming in from the Netherlands. Beeper, look at those little tiny eyes. Just getting started. Beep. Wow, everybody's noisy this morning. Got a lot to say, don't you, kids? Why? Why so loud this morning of all days? Oh. Wow. Wow. DJ really made a mistake naming you kids after noises, didn't she? All right, let's try one more. Oh. So here's Klaxon. Klaxon, your eyes are looking really good. Today you weigh 9.9. That was quick. 9.9. And let's take a look at your little face. Oh, look at those eyes. Yeah. True baby blues. Oh, a little hard to tell, though. Hi. A little hard to tell without the right light. All kittens are born with blue eyes, and then their colors change after a few weeks. Usually it's about 6 to 8 weeks or so. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. So one of the reasons that we went to the vet with these guys yesterday was for Belle's little acne on her chin, and you can see a little bit of it there. The vet is getting us a prescription to use on her for that, but it's not a big deal. The vet says it's no big deal, nothing much to worry about. And as I said, we wouldn't have even brought her in if we didn't want a second opinion on these sexes. So one more time for everybody coming in late, all of our kittens are girls. And so is Belle. So there's a big old box of girls here. And we should go see some other kittens. Yes. Let's do it. As usual, if you want to keep watching this, you can tune into the regular Kitten Academy live stream and watch them right now. Or you can tune in later and watch them then, or whatever makes you happy. Let's see where we can go here. My empty coffee cup. All right, I don't think anybody's upstairs. They were all downstairs when I started the stream, so we're just gonna head on down, pretend like they still are. Oh, we got some messes. Wow. Little Smokey, if you guys have cats, you know that sometimes they have a day where they eat something that's not good and then they just spend the day throwing up. And we don't worry about it if it's only one day. So one reason I bring that up is yesterday, Tinker had a little bit of a morning where she spit up a couple times yesterday morning, and it was no big deal. We didn't even consider it because it didn't last. So this morning, that's Smokey. Smokey's been walking around the house and spitting up. I saw some of it on the stairs, and there's some of it right in front of me, and I got to go around the house now and pick it all up. But like I said, it's not unusual for that to happen once in a while, and if it just happens for the morning, then I don't worry about it. But if she's still doing it by tomorrow morning, then I'll take her to the vet. So here's our little custaroo. Here's our Brooke. I should have turned the lights on in here before I came in. So let me sit down and talk to you guys about Brooke for a minute. First off, she loves the Cookie Monster bed here. Which doesn't even make sense as the name for it now that it's not blue. But this is her favorite bed in the whole world. She spends almost all day in it now. She's found this bed and she just loves it. And when I put her in her room, I bring it up to her room and she sits in it up there too. So she's really claimed this bed as her own, and it will obviously go with her when she gets adopted. Brooke is going to the vet this afternoon. She's got a vet appointment at 3 o'clock. And the purpose of her vet visit this afternoon is to prove our final test, to prove once and for all that she does not have diabetes and that her blood sugar is typically just fine. So once we've got that proof, which may take a day or so, I don't know, it's a blood test, so we may not be able to do it on site. But once we have that proof, then I'm going to put together a big blog post making the sort of final push for someone to apply to adopt her, because at that point, I think we'll know everything we need to know about Brooke. We know all about her personality. We know how to get her to get along with other cats. And we know what a sweet, sweet little girl she is. Just so loving. Once again, this morning, she came up to the bed and she was sitting by my pillow when I wake up. And when she first notices you wake up, then she starts purring and kneading. She stands up and starts headbutting you. But she'll wait. She'll wait for you to wake up, unlike most cats that will just wake you up when they're ready. She waits for you, which is really, really sweet and polite. So she is just a big old sweetheart and a snuggle bunny, too. I showed you guys this on a close-up a few days ago, but I'm able to now pick her up and hold her like a little baby and pet her, and she just puts up with it all. So she is a fantastic cat. And like I said, after we've gone to the vet today and we got the results back, then we're going to make a big push to get her adopted. I know there's a lot of folks that say that we should keep her, but I have a couple of strong arguments against us keeping her. The first one would be that we are just full. We've got 7 cats that are our cats, and we can't fit in an eighth one. And that's the important argument. We only have so many hours in the day, and I feel like sometimes we're already stretched a little thin. The more cats that we adopt here, the fewer that we're going to be able to rescue as part of the Kitten Academy. So it's important to keep the faculty numbers low. My second argument would be I didn't adopt Teacup. And if I cannot adopt Teacup, then I cannot adopt anybody, believe me. So that's my big argument, I think. Anyway, she's a sweetheart, and we'll get more into that over the next few days. Now, it is going to be a challenge taking her to the vet because, as you know, part of the whole issue that we've had is she gets super stressed while she is traveling. So what we're going to do is around noon, I am going to give her a big dose of gabapentin and a big dose of trazodone, which are both, they have a calming effect on cats. They're sort of sedatives for kitties. I think those will help her quite a bit. And then just a little bit after that, I'm going to give her a big dose of Serenia, which is an anti-nausea, and that way hopefully she won't throw up either. So I think that'll all work. I got a plan to give it all to her, mostly in her food. We'll see. I hope it works out. So there you have it. Anyway, it's good to see she's looking pretty calm right now. Hopefully giving her those meds won't be too much work. All right, we've spent so much time, 17 minutes. I can tell already we're going to go long today, but that's okay. Let's go in and see Tinker and her kids for a minute, and let me talk to you about them. They are making a mess. Oh, monkey's in the banana. It's the first time I've seen a monkey in the banana. How about that? Good job, monkey. How very appropriate. So, if you were watching the regular Kitten Academy live stream this morning, then you saw me give all of these kids their daily weigh-in and some medicine. And that medicine was Panicure, and we're giving them Panicure because the vet finished running one of their stool samples and we found some evidence of Giardia. So not a big deal. It's a very common parasite. It is really not a big deal, but it takes a 5-day course of Panicure to take care of it. And that means that every day for 5 days, they're going to get some oral medicine, and it is a big pain, and they hate it to varying degrees. So that's going to really strain this great relationship that I've been building with them, but it is what it is. You just got to do what you got to do. Plus, speaking of that great relationship I have been building with them, I hope you guys follow us on Twitter, because yesterday, as I was hanging out in here, we got the entire family to come up and take a nap on my lap, and even Mom, Tinker, came and got on my lap and settled down. Now, she didn't take a nap up there, but she did lay down on my lap and hang out like a real lap cat. And she even nursed her kids for a minute or two on my lap. So she was all in on this lap deal. That is huge progress. I can't tell you how happy I was about that. And I posted a few pictures of it on our Twitter. So as I've been saying every morning, part of what I'm doing is working on getting these kids to be more comfortable around people and to like being on my lap and to like hanging out with me. And especially Mom, and it's been great progress. It's going so well. I knew they would come around, or I hope they would come around. It's always so much stress when you're worrying about little kitties, but things are going really, really well. And I hope having to give them the medicine every morning doesn't set us back too far. I don't think it will, though. Kitties are real forgiving about that kind of stuff. So I think we're going to be just fine. So yeah, I guess that's about it, really, as far as news goes. We've got these guys on Panicure for 5 days, which started today. Other than that, they got a clean bill of health from the vet, and everything is looking really good. Then we've got Brooke going to the vet this afternoon to prove that she doesn't have the diabetes. And all of Belle's kittens are girls, and we're going to start treating Belle's chin acne. Not a big deal. I think that's it for the news, really. And I want to say thank you guys all so much for tuning in this morning to have my morning with me. My 1 cup of coffee I've had so far. That reminds me, I want to try something new, and I think what I'm going to do is just make it a clean break next week, starting next Sunday. I think we're going to try doing these daily close-ups in the evening for 2 reasons. One is that maybe I'll be just a tiny bit more lucid, or maybe not. Maybe it'll have the opposite effect. Who knows? It's worth finding out. But secondly, it'll give a different audience a chance to tune in too. I know that this time doesn't work for everybody all the time, and it would be fun to catch a different set of folks live. So next week, we're going to try doing it all next week, all in the evenings, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah, KA After Dark, exactly. So we'll give that a shot and see how it goes. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for chatting. I'm glad I got a chance to talk directly to a few of you. And I hope that you join us again for this tomorrow. In the meantime, I hope that you continue to watch these little kittens on the regular Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube. You can find the Kitten Academy live stream and watch them all day long. Finally, check out our website, kitten.academy. You can find the adoption application there, as Winnie and Gary just linked. And you can also find some great pictures of these kids. And soon, maybe in the next day or 2 or 3, you will be able to find some great pictures of Brooke, too. All right. Well, that's about it, everybody. We will do this again tomorrow. One more time, thank you all so much. We will see you later on.